You guys over here?
Oh, sorry.
Hi. Can you see me on here? All right, people. Okay, so we are live at Hyperion. Hi, Hyperion people. Hello. Yeah, we are live on my Instagram and on Competitive Female Training. So Shauna is here. She is going to be answering any questions you might have throughout. She will be like messaging you back if you message in. On Hyperion, you can message in to Michelle. Okay, we're gonna go over all the things in the workout. I feel weird because Shauna, I can't see you because I turned my phone around. So if anybody needs me, you're gonna have to talk loud. Okay. So, whoa, I can't even stand straight. 24.3. Here we go. We finally get some gymnastics. We finally get some high skill. And it's gonna be an adventure. It's gonna be a lot of pain on those thrusters and a lot of pulling. Okay? So really quick, we're gonna just kind of go over the workout. We're gonna go over just the basic standards, and then just like previous weeks, I'll go over tips and things that I think are gonna be important to remember during this workout. Okay? So we are starting off with 5 rounds. Okay, you're gonna start behind the pull-up bar. You gotta have your barbell 5 feet away. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. You're gonna go hit your thrusters. You've got 10 thrusters and 10 chest to bar pull-ups. Okay, you're gonna do 5 rounds of that. Then you're gonna rest 1 minute, and then you're gonna do 5 rounds of 7 thrusters at a heavier weight and 7 bar muscle-ups. Okay, so the big important things to remember, these are really basic. We all know how to do thrusters. Okay, we want to make sure we're breaking parallel. My favorite way to remember this, and this is a cool one for you guys that are judging, okay, because we want to hold our athletes accountable. Nobody wants to post a video on Instagram and have everyone calling them out, and you're like, why, Judge, did you not tell me? And so in the moment, they might hate you, but later they'll say thank you, okay? So if I'm going into my squat, imagine I've got a marble here in my hip pocket, okay? The marble should always stay in the hip pocket if I am below parallel. If I'm above parallel, that marble is just gonna roll right down my leg. Okay, so when you're judging somebody, watch that hip, and if you're unsure, think, is that marble gonna stay? Okay, so if I'm here, I'm low enough, it's gonna stay in that hip pocket, but the second I'm here, it's gonna roll down. Okay, so that's just a great way to kind of know if you're, unsure, but as an athlete, like, make sure you're sure. Like, just hit the bottom. Don't make it difficult for your judge. We don't want to make anybody question your movement. So that's the big thing with the thrusters, going all the way below parallel, and then we want to finish in that fully extended position. So that means knees are extended, hips are extended, arms are extended, and they are at your ears, okay, or right above your shoulders. So this is not going to count. This is not going to count. This is not going to count, okay? You can see all those different angles, so we want to make sure we're finishing in that fully extended position, okay? Pull-ups, pretty basic. We want to make sure that we're starting, again, fully extended. Everything always starts fully extended. So if I'm starting here with my arms bent and I'm kind of maintaining that bent position, that's not going to work. Okay, and I'm only going to go over the RX stuff. For your chest to bar, I know there's some confusion on my first open. I actually didn't realize you had to touch your chest to the bar for a chest to bar. I just thought my chest is at the bar. And I remember doing my first open workout and they're like no repping me. And I'm like, my chest has to actually touch? Yes. So if you're not as naive as me, but maybe some people are, okay? So that doesn't mean we can't contact here, okay? It's gotta be below the collarbone and you do need to make contact, okay? So, was there any other standards that I'm missing? I think that's it.
Start on the other end of the bar.
Yeah, so if my bar's here, it just needs to be 5 feet away, and we don't have, like, you can just like put a cone, you can put a line on the ground, but it's just more for safety. You don't want to be dropping from the bar and landing on it. Okay, but we are going to start under the pull-up bar, and then when you're resting, you do rest on the other side of the pull-up bar. You don't rest by your bar, so you have to walk to the pull-up bar. Any other questions about standards? Oh, I didn't even say bar. I keep forgetting there's bar muscle-ups. Okay, bar muscle-ups, you have to finish fully extended. Start extended, finish extended, shoulders in front of the bar, okay? So if I get here, see how my arm's bent, here, and I drop down, that's gonna be a sad no rep, okay? If you get here, you better be doing this on top of the bar, okay? Don't forget to extend on top of the bar before you drop down. The other one is, I know sometimes people like to rest on top of the bar. You just keep those hands glued to the bar. If you let go of your grip at all, they're allowed to no rep you. If you, especially, I mean, obviously if you let go of the bar, but let's say I'm resting up here and I do this, I'm just giving them that opportunity to no rep me. So just keep your hands on the bar. Just, if you want to sit up there, just don't let go, all right? Okay, so questions? Okay, so let's talk about our thrusters. Big things on the thrusters that I want to talk about is our leg drag. This is a lot of shoulders. Are we okay on here? Okay. A lot of shoulders, and so you want to be in a position to really drive with your legs. Okay, and something you may not have, because everyone knows how to do thrusters. Like we do thrusters in Fran, that's the most popular workout. But something you may not have realized is your hand position with the bar on your thruster and how that has an impact on your ability to drive with the legs and your ability to drive that bar overhead. Okay, so if I have a death grip on the bar and I'm holding really tight, it's really difficult for me to get my elbows up. This is not the one I wanted. This one. Okay, so, oh mics, I'm gonna have to go above my microphones. So when I am in my front rack, I want to let that bar roll back into my hand like this. If you have good mobility, you can still hold on to the bar, but the important thing is that this, your calluses on your hand, that's where your bar is going to be when you're in the squat portion of your thruster. Okay, so I'm in that position, and it can be here if we have struggle with mobility, or that can look like this. All right, as I go to move my head back and go overhead, I'm going to rotate my hand, and that bar is going to go from this part of my hand to the webbing in my thumb. Okay, so it's going to rotate from here to here. Now, a lot of people can do this on their first rep. We get that squat clean, we go overhead, and then we just stay. And then we've got this situation going on where it's falling down my chest, my elbows are falling forward, and then it's really hard to drive out of that position because it's not resting. So when you're coming down, okay, I'm in that great position, I need to lean my head back, and as I come down, look where that bar falls back into my hands this way, so that then I'm in this good position, and now I can drive the bar up, okay? So watch, I'll go kind of slow. Watch how that bar moves. Okay, I'm exaggerating it right now. The other great thing about this is a grippy workout. Don't be death gripping that bar, okay? We want to let that grip go so that we can save our grip for our pull-ups and for our bar muscle-ups. Okay, the other thing on thrusters, you don't want to come out so hot that you're not breathing. So be aware of your breathing. I like a very methodical pace where I just take that little pause right at the top. Okay, be intentional about that breath, because this is like Fran. If you watch the pros do it, they were like, I mean, most of us aren't going to be 3 minutes on that first part, but like you need to control that pace so your heart rate's not blowing up. Okay, so big thing, shift the hands. When I'm here, I'm going to be pushing through my entire foot. If I let that bar slide from this nice shelf down my chest, now I'm stopping the bar from falling. That takes a lot of energy. I'm falling into my toes. My bar is going to be more likely to push out in front of me and get no reps. But if I stay in that good position, moving the bar back and forth, we're going to have good solid movement. Okay? Questions? Any questions? All right. Okay, so pull-ups. We are doing, I'm only going over the RX stuff, okay? Chest to bar. A big common thing that we talk about is like people are like, I'm pulling high enough, but like I can't get my chest to the bar. And they just can't figure out how to like get that last movement. So maybe you're here. Maybe the bar's here and you're like, there's this gap and I don't know where to go. So again, it's a position with our hands. So, and actually our elbows here. So with our thruster, we talked about our hands. With our pull-ups and chest to bar, we want to talk about that elbow position. So if I'm doing a kipping pull-up, okay, I'm here, I'm going to push back into my arch, and when I come down, if I just pull my elbow straight down, it's really hard, okay? It's also really hard to maintain a hollow if I'm like just pushing my chest forward. See where my elbows are. what we want to think about is elbows down and back. So I'm doing this position. So now I'm arching. Okay, I'm going to pull through. I'm going to pull down and back. My toes are in front of the bar when I'm in this position. So see, my elbows are here, but my core is still nice and tight instead of here. So we have to finish that range of motion, and that comes from actually moving our elbows back instead of just pulling the elbows down. And it doesn't matter, it's the same thing on a butterfly pull-up, okay? If I'm doing butterfly pull-ups and I'm staying in front here for a regular chin over bar versus a chest to bar, I have to come through like this. That was weird to do that in the air, okay? But my elbows come back. So if you're struggling with that, we want to think about pulling the elbows back hard, and we're going to do some drills for everyone that's here for the class after our explanation. We're going to practice all of those positions. We're going to practice engaging those muscles in our back so that we know what that feels like to pull through. There was one more thing I was going to say. Oh, another cue I really like is thinking of looking over the fence. Because if I do my chest to bar and I'm like this at the top, because I just thrown my chest at the bar and my feet are back behind me, I'm going to be doing lots of singles. But I want to be able to string reps together, which means as I come up over the bar, I'm going to look over the fence and look for my toes. My elbows are back, my toes in front. Then I can push away and push my feet back, okay? So we're here, all right? So any questions on kipping chest to bar?
What are your tips for if you do have to do single chest to bar?
If you're gonna do singles, I don't think that's a terrible plan. We've done workouts where we do quicker with singles. Go to a bar that's low to the ground, but that you can start in that full range of motion. So like this bar is gonna be too short for me because I'm gonna start bent. But if I go to here, it's a lot less of a jump, and so I'm not wasting energy. Get that chest to the bar and let go. Just like drop down as quickly as possible. Don't waste energy on that negative if you're gonna do singles. Because you just gotta be quick about it, okay? That's a good question. I've done workouts where I went to singles and my time was faster because I wasn't taking these big long rests after doing big sets. So if you're not confident in chest to bar, that is a good route to go with that. Any other questions? Okay, so I'm gonna quickly go over butterfly and bar muscle up. A lot of the tips there are gonna be the same. I've got a box here so I can demo some things. Hopefully you guys can tell from the front angle. Okay, it is all about where my feet go. So if I'm trying to do a butterfly chest to bar and I'm really good at pull-ups this way, okay, the butterfly you have to scoop harder with your toes and you have to wait for your toes to come up higher. So on my regular pull-up, if my toes are here, when I'm coming, so I'm gonna arch and come through, if my toes are here, on that chest to bar, I have to wait for my toes to be here, because now look how my body's risen up. This only works if I'm actually hitting a hollow body. If I'm hitting an L-sit, I'm not rising up. My feet are coming up, yeah, but my body hasn't come up. I have to be maintaining that hollow body position so that then I can pull through. Same thing with the bar muscle up. It's a different timing, and you have to remember that it takes longer, that you have to wait longer. So the bar muscle up, my toes need to come even higher, and my body's going to rise up even higher so that I can pull through. So if I'm doing the timing the same as a chest to bar, where my chest to bar, I start to pull here, okay, I'm not getting over that bar, but I need to wait till I'm all the way further back. So if you're gonna be going for those bar muscle ups, I suggest doing drills before that help you feel the difference in timing, because it is, pull-ups are quick, chest to bar are a little slower, bar muscle ups are even slower, and a lot of people don't realize that. So a couple of quick tips on butterfly chest to bar. If I'm throwing my chest at the bar and hitting and coming right back down, it's going to be very clunky, it's gonna hurt my shoulders. We wanna make a big circle. The circle's more behind the bar on the chest to bar, and my chest hits on the way down. It doesn't hit on the way up, it hits on the way down. Okay, and I also need to find my hollow body again. So if I'm doing a butterfly pull-up and I'm staying like this, see how my knees are coming up? I'm arched the entire time. I have to go from here back to here, because this aggressive scoop with the toes is where I get my power to go up. So if you're not paying attention to your toes and you're all arms, you're just wasting a lot of energy, okay? So when I'm here and I've come through, I need to scoop hard to come back up. That's gonna give me height and I'm gonna hit that hollow body, okay? Same thing for a bar muscle up. I'm just not in this mega arch position. I'm here, scoop hard with my toes. Okay, so both of those cues are the same. It's just waiting a little bit longer. Any questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
I heard someone say today that if you feel like you need more power on your chest bar to do the box drop in, is that allowed?
Oh, like jumping off the box? I would say no, because they want you starting fully extended under the bar.
Sorry, I have pain.
So if you're jumping from up here, so that would be something maybe we can look into a little bit more. I'll see what I can find out. But I would say probably no, because we need to be extended underneath the bar is what the standard said. Okay, I guess you're passing through that extension, but yeah, let's look into it. Any other questions? Okay, really quickly approaching this workout. My recommendation is to break early. Break those chest to bar early, because if you watch the live announcement, even the games athletes, like, they were slowing down. And if you watched Roman when he did it, he went slower at the beginning. He was in last place going into that second half of the workout, and he came back and beat the two girls because he was able to maintain bigger sets of chest to bar because he did a better pace. So you need to know yourself as an athlete. Like, know if you're somebody that can do your 10s unbroken, but you know, like, I'll use myself as an example. If I just had the second half of the workout, 7 bar muscle ups, or 7 thrusters, 7 bar muscle ups, I don't think I can maintain those 7 unbroken just if I was doing that on its own. I just, that's a lot of bar muscle ups for me. 35 is a lot. So I don't want to get to the point where I'm doing singles on my bar muscle ups. I want to be able to stay for 3 for the whole workout. So I'm going to break my chest to bar early to give me the best chance to get those. If you don't have bar muscle ups, you're going to be wanting to get a fast high break time. Okay, you want to give yourself your best shot to get a muscle up if you're close, but maybe push that pace a little bit more. If you know you can get like a couple bar muscle ups, but like you're kind of hit or miss on whether or not you get them, 1 bar muscle up is going to put you above everybody else that doesn't have a bar muscle up. So that your tie break time, it doesn't matter if it's slower, you're still going to be ahead of all those people. So if you know you need to conserve that pull, still break up those chest to bar, okay? Do 5 and 5 or 6 and 4, or maybe do like 10 unbroken on your first set and then start to break them up. But you need to know yourself as an athlete. Okay, any other strategy questions before we break away? Any questions on there? Does Shauna say anything? Is my sound on? Okay. Really quick before we end our live, with competitive female training, we have an athlete camp coming up in June, okay, June 4th through June 10th. It'll be me, Shauna, and Michelle, not Hyperion Michelle, a different Michelle.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michelle. But we're going to be coaching, okay, all things. It's an all-female athlete camp, okay. We're going to be going over weightlifting in person, all running technique, double unders, snatches, clean and jerks, bar muscle ups, all of the things, okay, over those couple of days. And we're going to be in San Diego, sunny San Diego, okay. So if you want like a beach vacation, you want to get some fitness, you want to learn all of the CrossFit things, check it out. Come to San Diego and hang out with us in June. All right? Any questions? Are we good to sign off?